Our goal with the question that you sent me was to factor a trinomial where the leading coefficient is not 1. In the example, 3a squared, for example, was the first term. Since that's not a 1 on the leading coefficient, then we have to use a little bit different technique. The second term was minus 4ab, and the third term was minus 20b squared. And I'm using color here to show that each of those terms comes from somewhere. And when you factor it into your answer, you have to make sure that all of those terms would come out of it. So to factor means to write the expression as a product. And in this case, when you have a trinomial like that, it's going to be the product of two binomials. So I usually start by setting up my parentheses and knowing that I need to fill in the 4 spots in the two binomials. Now it's the first spot times the first spot that needs to give you the first term in the trinomial. So what times what gives you 3a squared? Luckily 3 is a prime number, so we know it's going to have to be 3a times 1a. Okay, now we get to a little bit trickier part though, because we need to find two numbers to fill into the second spots that multiply to give you negative 20b squared. And 20 has several combinations of factors that give it. You could do 4 times 5, you could do 2 times 10, or you could do 1 times 20. And so this is where trial and error comes in. You've got to pick a pair and see if they work. So for example, let's start with the 4 and the 5. I've got a 4 here and a 5 here. I'm also going to need a b in each spot. That gives me 20b squared. I haven't got my signs determined yet, but let's go ahead and verify if the 4b and the 5b are even the right choice. And the way we do that is we need to focus on our middle term right here, 4ab. That is supposed to come from the inside product added to the outside product. So 4b times a is 4ab. And then the outside product from FOIL, 3a times 5b, would give you 15ab. If we added those together, 4 plus 15 would give you 19. Or if one of them were negative, we could get an 11, like say negative 4 plus 15. But there's no way a 4 and a 15 are going to add up to negative 4. So we know then that no, this combination does not work. And so then what happens with trial and error is we try a different combination. So let's be systematic about it. Set up a new set of parentheses. Leave your 3a in your a, but this time try switching around the other two numbers. So you put the 5b and the 4b in opposite order. And then you're going to do your checking. This is the part where you determine if you got it right or not. What does the inside product give you? 5ab. Does the outside product give you? 12ab. If I added those numbers together, a 12 and a 5, is there any way they would add up to negative 4ab? No, doesn't matter what you do to the signs. Okay, so that actually means that we are not going to use 4 and 5 as our factors, because there's just no way for them to give us what we need. But we're not done trying. We still have the possibility of 2 and 10 or 1 and 20. So let's try the 2 and 10 next and see if that works. All right, I'm going to turn the page. And I'm going to try again. And so this time I'm going, just as a reminder, our original question was 3a squared minus 4ab minus 20b squared. Okay, so this time I'm going to set up my binomial times binomial. I'm going to leave my 3a and my a in, but this time in order to get 20b squared, I'm going to try a 10 and a 2. And so I'm going to put my 10 here maybe, and my 2 here, or I could try it the other way. The question is, did I get it right, yes or no? And remember, this is the part where you check your inside and outside products. Inside product is 10ab. Outside product is 6ab. Is there any way that a 10 and a 6 can add up to a negative 4ab? And now it looks promising. What if I did a positive 10 and a negative 6? That would add up to positive 4b. So then I go, okay, no, that's not it. How about the other way around? No, would want a negative 10 and a positive 6? Yeah, that would add up to negative 4b. Yes, so you found a combination that satisfies all the requirements. You just have to put your signs in and to the actual parentheses. So you notice there's a minus and then a plus. You want to preserve that order when you put them in here. Minus in this one, plus in that one. And then just do a quick double check on your final terms. Does negative 10b times positive 2b give you negative 20b squared? Yes, it does, so all your signs are good. If you wanted to really be sure that you got this right, how could you check it fully? You could FOIL it all out, but there's no need to do that because really we've already done the checking as we went. So this is the factorization for the problem. Hope that helps, but if you want we can do another one together. Just let me know and I will send one.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.